I've always wanted to come to the US ever since I can remember. Mula nung bata pa ako, nandun lang talaga sa isip ko na I want to come here knowing na magkakaroon ako ng magandang trabaho, magandang buhay, earn money, and para makapasyal sa Amerika kasi sa Pilipinas nakikita mo lahat ng mga sa movies, sa TVs, lahat makikita mo magagandang mga lugar, malaking bansa, maraming pagkain, lahat yon gusto kong makita, gusto kong ma-experience. Gusto kong makapagtrabaho dito kasi alam ko na I can earn a good living and provide for sa aking future family. I came here to the US when I was 24, around 24, 25. Before that, sa Pilipinas, nagtatrabaho ako doon as an IT professional, same as here. I was already engaged to my current wife now. Nakatira ako sa my parents' house in Muntinlupa. Nandun my mother, my dad, and all my siblings. We lived in one roof.
I graduated from AMA Computer College, right, with a degree of computer engineering, right. So the biggest break that I was able to do is when I actually joined WeServe, which is a subsidiary of Fujitsu. I was with them for 5 years or 4 years, right, and then I decided, of course, I got married and my husband was here, so I moved to United States. Initially, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think I'm gonna be working abroad or living in abroad, right? It just happens that my fiance or my husband to be, right, started working in US, and of course we don't want to be apart. So eventually, when he had a job here, after a year, also right after our marriage, right, I actually followed him, which is kind of a big sacrifice for me because, like I said, right, I had a very good job, right, paying good job.
Nung sinabi ko sa kanila na gusto kong mag-abroad, which means, go here sa Amerika, sa pamilya ko, supportive naman sila lahat. Kasi marami rin naman sa Pilipinas na yun ang pangarap or ang dream to go to the US, work, or live in the US, right? So, nung sinabi ko yun sa magulang ko, sa parents ko, they were supportive. Because they knew it was good for me. Sa mga friends ko, ganun din naman kasi everybody, halos lahat, yun ang gustong makamit or achieve or obtain, right?
Since my sister came in earlier than us, right, she was happy because right, eventually, I have another family that's gonna be here, right, and then also my dad is happy because we'll be closer to Canada. That means they're gonna be able to see us often. Right? But it was tough for me because we're gonna leave one sibling, which is my brother, right, in the Philippines, which I am also very close. So it's a tough decision between reuniting with a sister, but actually leaving a brother, right? But also you have to understand that when you have a family, your priority is gonna be your new family.
So I came here kasi because of work. So the process of all of that started. The company here in the US had to send me paperwork to prove that, yeah, I have a job offer, all of that, here's your salary. So I had to take that to the US Embassy sa Pilipinas. I remember sitting at the US Embassy, naghihintay for an interview, and just sitting there and just, praying really na I hope everything works out, that I can answer all their questions and they believe, what I'm showing, which were all true anyway, right? At the end, they approved, so that I was very happy. The trip to the US, that was my first on an airplane. I didn't go to other countries before that. Pagdating ko dito, I already had work lined up. So I think we came in the weekend, and then the following Monday was our first day of work. But, everybody treated us the same way. I don't think, there was anything different. Everybody, they were all friendly. Meron ding mga curious, like, hey, where are you from? How is it like over there? Why did you come here? Yung mga questions like that.
When I came here, right, of course, it's like a new first year being married, so I kind of enjoy my time, being a new wife, right? And then it didn't wait until after a year, or not even after a year. I already got my first son, which I got busy taking care of him and all those, right? So we stayed in an apartment where, to be honest, you don't see people, right? Back in the Philippines, right? You just open the door, you'll see people outside, chatting, right? In here, they actually just stayed inside their home. So we normally don't get to chat with our neighbors back in when we were renting an apartment. You only see them or you chance upon them where you're doing the laundry, right? But that's it. So that's another culture shock. It's a mix of happy and also scared, right? Because it's a new environment, new culture. Yeah, definitely a new world for me. I'll be honest, because of the experience that I had, being thrown into different countries, that it actually gives me the confidence that I can do anything, or I can do everything, as long as I put my mind into it.
So, pagkatapos ng 20 years since I've been here sa Amerika, pag iniisip ko, actually, it went by so fast. That's what I think. Naalala ko nung bago ako dito sa Amerika, every year, or at least every 5 years, I look back and think, oh, it's been a year since I moved here, o kaya it's been 2 years and 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Pero ngayon, it's been, I'd say, more than 20 years. Actually, I lived here half my life. So, I've lived here as long as I lived in the Philippines.
After moving here and staying here for 20 years, right? Sometimes they're years, right? Or it would kind of make me think, would it have been better if I stayed home, I raised my family home, right? That is always going to be at the back of my head. Since I grew up in the Philippines, I would think the bond within the family, parents and the children and grandparents are tighter, or a close-knit back in the Philippines, right? Which is very different here, right? That's what they say, sometimes it's good to raise kids in the Philippines because they would have the same value as how we grew up, right? Back here, it's they always instill independence for early, for the kids, right? But being an immigrant, we'd always think in terms of giving them a better opportunity. That's why we actually opted to raise them here.
20 years later, I look back, I feel fortunate na nakapunta ako dito. I always had a good job. I could provide for my family. Parang this is now my life. Kasi nung bagong dating ako dito, I had so many memories sa Pilipinas, right? Kasi doon ako lumaki. My family is there, everybody. Friends, family. Pero looking forward now, fast forward 20 years, andito ang pamilya ko, asawa ko, mga anak ko, right? May mga kaibigan din ako dito.